Folks, endless frustration is the price that you have to pay to get high returns. Endless frustration is the price you have to pay to get high returns. Before I had this YouTube channel and felt like doing a commentary on so many of my stocks, before that I would just go in the forest. I would just turn off the app. I can't do that anymore, but many of you are probably lucky and you can go in the forest and just forget about your frustration, because unfortunately, if you sell, you're not going to experience the high returns. A lot of people, you see highly volatile stocks and you see they've returned so much, but when you look at individual investor statements, you don't see those returns. Why? Because they sold at the wrong time and got back in at the wrong time. Today, MSTR is not doing well. It's down 8%, while Bitcoin is down 3.7%. So for it to trade in line with what it's supposed to trade at, it should be down 6% today, not 8%. And yesterday, it should have been up at least 1% more than it was up yesterday. So, and to make matters worse, Stretch just crossed below 99. So we can't even ATM on Stretch anymore. So MSTR is not good again. MSTR is not doing good again. MSTR's mNAV is probably at the lowest again now. But what are you going to do about that in the short run? First of all, other markets are down. Second of all, there's not much we can do when Bitcoin's down. MSTR is going to be way more down. But other markets are down today. People are upset about the shutdown and all that type of stuff. And what are you going to do? Are you going to buy fiat? Are you going to sell MSTR and buy fiat? Well, guess what? Yesterday morning would have been good, but Robinhood was down. Robinhood was down when MSTR was at the highest level in weeks. Robinhood was down. MSTR crashed right after Robinhood was not down anymore. And so many of us own MSTR and Robinhood. So too bad for us. We can't do it. Even if it had not been down, maybe you wouldn't have sold because you thought it was going to get to 400, right? I had a few comments, 400 by the end of the week. Anyways, here's what I do. I ride the MSTR rocket. I don't trade. I add to it when I feel like it or when I get money. I ride the MSTR rocket. And the tweet from Michael Saylor this morning, ride the orange rocket, ride the volatility. That's the way to do it. Now, unfortunately, it's true that we've been just going down. I mean, I understand the frustration of my viewers. It's been 8 months, 9 months of just downward action, maybe 10 months even. So it's been a while. We've been going down for a while. So this is why this stock reminds me a lot of Tesla. Tesla investors have had to withstand like a valley of despair of, say, 1.5 to 2 years, and then Elon Musk buys Twitter. Elon Musk buys Twitter. And then there's the political turmoil. So it reminds me a lot of Tesla. It reminds me, it's like endless frustration. You get these high returns in exchange of endless frustration. Yeah, today the mNAV is probably the lowest since it's been. It's 1.42. Depending on the website, you may see it as low as a 1.3. It's the lowest it's been. But guess what? We've been highly rewarded for the frustration of owning MSTR. If I look the past 5 years, you're still at a 20x. If you look at the past 5 years, if you actually go back to August, which this chart doesn't show, but if you go back to August, right now you're about at the 26x right now. If you go back to August, 26x. I would argue Tesla shareholders have been to similar, if not worse, frustration. If not way worse frustration. And the return is only 3x. I mean, 3x over 5 years is a very good return. I don't want to undermine that. But 20x is better. And the frustration in MSTR, if you believe in Bitcoin, that frustration is it is frustrating. I will tell you that. It is frustrating. It's time for a walk. Time to go on a walk and listen to something else and not follow the stock market. Because, the stock should be up. It should not be down. But, volatility is the price we pay for the high returns. This is a long-term story for me. This is a long-term story for all of us. MSTR is rebuilding an entire credit stack that is based on Bitcoin. It's going to take a very long time for acceptance to reach the masses. What MSTR has accomplished is already outstanding. This is a $100 billion company. The company was a $1 billion company 5 years ago. Now it's a $100 billion company. So it's outstanding. I think it's going to keep doing very well. But, you know, keep in mind, Tesla shareholders, they've had frustration for periods of well over 2 years. We're only at 10 months of frustration. It could last longer. But if you have a long-term horizon, you will hold the stock. If you have a long-term horizon, I'm holding that stock because I have a long-term horizon. So anyways, the conclusion is the valley of despair sometimes stops. If you look, I didn't put CleanSpark here, but CleanSpark is doing well today too. Mara is doing fairly well given how Bitcoin is doing today. It seems to be miners' time to shine. Miners at their own valley of despair, miners are shining right now. If you look at MSTR, this is the Bitwise Bitcoin Standard Corporation ETF. It's down 3%. MSTR is down way more than that. MSTR is down way more than Bitcoin. So today is not MSTR's turn. Yesterday was better. Last Thursday was the best. But, you know, make no mistake. Under the hood, this company is solid. I love this company very much. Keep in mind, a lot of these sells, you know, are triggered by sentiments, triggered by hedge funds. And over the long run, the market is a weighing machine. And my confidence in MSTR is as strong as it's ever been. Hopefully, the frustration we experience will be rewarded handsomely by high returns. So anyways, this was not investment advice, not financial advice, only entertainment on this channel. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.